Hello YouTube, welcome. I'm in search of the beautiful blue quartz and other kinds of stones. I'm still exploring. I've made my way up a little bit since my last video. I'm still figuring out what's in here and what I'm looking at. I appreciate y'all joining me. I'm in Coosa County. I am near but not on the Mitchell Lake. I believe this flows down into Mitchell Lake. It's a beautiful new place I've found. Google is a good place to go if you really want to find somewhere to hunt. Now, I've never seen that before. It looks like gold schist with the mica in it. I'm not sure. My camera's having a hard time focusing. I'm not used to shooting without this, without the sun. And I really want to keep my eyes peeled. Like I said, this is my first time in here. And I don't know what I'm looking for. Other than I was hoping this whole thing was going to be about blue stone. I just found a really beautiful piece of jasper. I don't know if you can see how beautiful that is. Man, that's pretty. Just, I'm not sure how to film without my beautiful sun shining. Boy, that's pretty. Been a little while since I've done this, so that it's new, I can get carried away and not remember to look down into my camera to make sure everybody can see what I'm looking at or talking about. And I'm not used to wearing a coat, and I've got one of those on, and I keep having to pull and tug at it. I know where I am, but I have never been up in here. It's going to be nice this summer, though, if I bent down in here, to be able to lay down in this water. It's not unbearably cold, but as hot as it gets here in Alabama during the summer, it'll feel really nice. There's a wild holly. I'm hugging the bank. See, I am up on the way the land formation is in Alabama. Where I live and where I've hunted so far has all been on the down in what used to be an old ocean bed. And it was covered. And this would be considered the upper part of it. That's why I don't really have any big rocks like this where I normally hunt. Because where I normally hunt is mostly a old riverbed that's been cut out by streams. And that's why there's so many varieties of so many different things. Over thousands of years, it's all been brought down to me. And then in the process, it's all nice and polished and clean. You see, I'm not used to looking at all this stuff here. So it's going to take me a little while to get my eyes where I can see what I'm actually looking at. Just like it did there, it took me several months to figure out what to pick up. You start out with one idea and realize it's not there. You have to change gears. Here's a little bank. I see some movement in that one. It's something how different things can change and still be this close to home. It's like I'm in another state. It's a deer trail. And buddy, they got a good one going there. That's them flowers that smell like bananas. But I don't smell them yet. Been holding this camera for a year, and it's almost like I have just become a left-handed person. I just about missed you. It's one of my favorite things. It's a good old mushroom. Dry it out, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm getting in this. It's always hard for me to... Oh, I'm going to go there. So this is just... Oh, I see. Oh, it's going to be beautiful around this corner. I need to get on around it. It's something how the good stuff is always right around the corner. The beauty anyway. This is getting a little bit deeper, but what I've seen, I'm gonna go for it. Look at this. Wow, how beautiful is that? Rockhounding paradise. I did not know I was going to come into that. For some reason I thought it went that way. The way that log is sticking out right there, I just assumed I was wrong. Luckily I got my backpack, my good power source, so I'm not going to run out of power. And I'm starting to see some good sandbars with rocks. And I like that now. You see here how dark those rocks are? That means it hadn't been strong enough to wash this out. I mean, it's washed it over, but it's just, it's a good sign. A lot of the creeks I go to, it's completely fresh. This may even dry up because the water could actually be up. I don't know. That looks like somebody did that right there. I want to check this little, there's no human prints. That's animal, that's deer. So that's always good for me. Means my eyes have been the first one to see this new patch. Good swimming hole right there. And I see different spots where the rock has collected behind these larger rocks. See, that's been collecting there a long time. There's that mud I was warning about. And leaves. All right. You see that, what I'm trying to get out? Don't think it's worth it. Not today. That is absolutely beautiful. Barrel, that was the name of one of the things I'll be looking for. Topaz, turquoise, aquamarine, and the blue quartz, which I hadn't seen anything blue. It's all brown, some tans. The quartz is definitely here. It's hard for, I just don't know how I'm gonna walk in here without being able to go down and catch myself. But where there's a will, I see too this this beautiful stuff that's growing on these rocks in this current. So that lets you know it's not a ferocious current, or this stuff would wash out. I don't even really want to step on it. It just seems like there's something growing in here that's green. Oh yeah, I see what, this will probably be covered in green this summer. Like a place I went to last year in Randolph County. The whole place had like a green forest in it. This nice cool water feels wonderful on my feet. Well, I am in the middle of it. That is something special. Surrounded by nothing but beautiful forest and hills. Yeah, I'm positive of that green because I see it coming up. I won't even be able to see the water soon enough. It will be covered with a plant that grows about a foot, 2 feet high. That's an odd-shaped rock. I thought that was actually a piece of carpet, but it's not. I am definitely spoiled. I'm used to finding stuff, one thing after another. Yeah, this rock is covered with life. You can see it all over that. I'll try to get that back in the ground. Looks like a good swimming area because it's just sand. I can see it going down in there. That's what's going to grow in here this spring and this summer. So I'm glad I got to come in here and see this before that happens, because nothing's stopping that. This whole place would be covered in it. I see a trail right there. I may just go and get on that. But I enjoy looking at these, looking to see what I can find in these rocks. And there's just too much for it all to be looked through. I've got to get me some new shoes with a better grip. I have just about worn any kind of grip that were on these off. They're slick. I would like to get in there and look in those woods. That water looks deep, but that's what I gotta do. I gotta cross that. Let's see what we can do. At least it's not a extremely heavy current. And I have definitely learned how to be slow and easy. That wasn't that bad, but it's not over till it's over. Now, and you watch. We'll get up on the shore and fall. Look how orange that is. I mean, that is orange. Oh, that was a weird feeling. I dropped the rock and everything under my feet kind of bounced. I'm gonna hit that trail. That's what I just crossed from that sandbar over there to here. And you know you done something when you got your muscles in your legs are burning. But this is my first adventure 2026. That wasn't something to grab onto. I can see where that water will need me a branch with my one-arm self. There we go. Nope, that ain't one either. Gotta watch out for these thorns. Oh. All right. Good. All right, let me get my balance in my head. Okay. I'm seeing deer. I want to look up in here. That's a reptile. I've seen a little lizard. So that tells me everybody's out. And I see okay. I see all this bark. So I knew there was a big dead tree around here, and it's that big pine. It must have got hit by lightning, or something got him, because it'll be coming down soon. I just wanted to get up in here and look. I don't know why it feels like these are all blueberry or huckleberry. Oh, and look, there's a iris. Oh no, it's not either. That's something more delicate than an iris. It's that long, but it just had the leaf that made me think of an iris. I'm gonna leave that alone. Wow, you can see where it used to flow through here, and this sandbar built, trees grew, and it shifted it all down here. There's a lot of animal traffic right here, so they're coming up over that big hill down here. Huh. It's definitely beautiful. That's a nice piece of driftwood. I am getting warmer. I tell myself every time to stay out of this brush, because I always get the chiggers and the ticks on me. But I can't help myself. Look at, that's what draws my attention right there. It looks like somebody had a tent or something they were using to be up in here and left it or lost it because it was never untied. And that's been there for a while. But it easily came down that. But you can see the layers of hills and they're just getting bigger and bigger. The air smells so good. Fresh. All right, here's a good place to look. You can see where the water was up in that tree. Something how a new adventure teaches you more lessons that you didn't even know you were going to learn. I guess that's what a lesson is. I know I have good creeks around my house, but when I venture off away from home and been in here this long and hadn't found anything that got a good wow out of me. Look at that big stone right there. It's like I know how good I got it right there at the house. But you just get to where you want to see something new. Have a new adventure, learn something new. When I started reading about that blue, they called it star blue, something for Alabama. It's got some interesting movement in it. Not that interested. Be great if a big old salmon were running up this joker. Then I wouldn't be looking for rocks anymore. Be grabbing those salmon. My favorite thing to eat. You see right here. Yep, there's beaver. See that? I thought the end of this looked like a beaver stick. And it definitely is. You can never stop them. See that beaver done. Boy, that's a good walking stick too. Nice and straight. And I got to have one hand to grab. That'd be a good stick to have if something come at you too. That wall's getting to be straight up right over there. I'd like to make it to there. Just always got to remember you got to go back. Sometimes I forget that lesson. I get so interested in looking forward, I forget to look back, see how far I've come. And I've come a little ways. I'm not sure how long this video is now because I've lost my track. I accidentally turned it off a while ago and had to turn it right back on so I don't see my time. And I'm trying to keep them at a pace. Time where they're not so long. Not sure why, but that's just what I was told to do. Alright, I've hugged the side of this long enough. I'm not crossing. I guess that's, I tell you what, I climb up here and walk. Get down here a little way so I can see this wall. I can see those huckleberries made, but I'm getting in these bushes, and that's where the ticks live. Ouch! And the briars. Be easier to get out of here on this trail and then just cross once I get up. That's interesting. Those big rocks around this old pine. And that joker is about to bust out. This is like an old bar here. That's as close to blue that I've seen since I've been here. Right in there. You see, this would be completely covered in during the summer. That mica. Oh, that stuff is so pretty. It's interesting that those big rocks are piled up around that old pine tree. That's the darkest quartz I've seen since I've been in here. I've got spiders and stuff all over me from being in these bushes. That's what I want to look at. I guess this old sandbar here is washing out and creating this good gravel. Because I hadn't really seen a, what you call a gravel bar. Get my feet in this water where I can get anything in my shoe to try to get out. I've seen a spider go down in it. Oh, I see something. I want to look right here where this, I'm going to have to, somehow I hit it again. So here we go. You see that? Not absolutely sure what that is, but it looks like a nymph or something. That's pretty. That's a dark piece. And it's got that silky feel to it. Guess I'll keep a couple of pieces of something to just ain't been nothing I want to keep. And I don't want to get stuck in this, you know what that's about. Okay, I'm gonna back out of here. This is a fallen tree here. I'd stay on my trail. I'm getting around it. I'm finding more gravels and things to look at. And it seems to be washing out of these banks here. I'm going to try to make my way over there. It is beautiful in here. You can see that it's going all the way up there now as I make my way up. I've accidentally turned my camera off a couple of times, and I'm not absolutely sure how long this video is. I'm going to say be blessed for now. And stay tuned, because I'm going to go right up here around this bend, see what's around the corner, and keep searching for some beautiful stuff. Y'all join me on my next video, and like I said, be blessed. Have a wonderful day.